didn't even get far, did we? Hi, my name is Nikki Fagbemi. I'm from Nigeria, but I reside in East London. Your man's from East London. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm a writer and actor. Although I'm still deciding if I'm an actor that writes or I'm a writer that acts. But right now I think I'm a writer that acts. I've been acting since I was 15 years old, so a long, long time. But I started writing in the pandemic, actually. I feel like everyone was like learning new skills and like baking bread. I was like, right, let's get this writing thing on the go. But yeah, my first TV role was on Banana, which was on like E4, and that was Russell T Davies' production. So I was playing a 16-year-old Nigerian girl that couldn't speak English, and it was just the fact that like my first like role on TV was just me playing, just something like playing homage. And I remember at that time, I really wanted my grandma to see me on screen. And I was just kept on thinking when we was filming, I kept on thinking, oh my gosh, like my first role is gonna be me speaking my native language and something that she can kind of understand. And that was like so, yeah, that was just so like important. I just kept on looking at God. I was like, I see you, big man, like, yeah. That was kind of like the cosign I needed from God. Because at that time it was so funny, I just kind of like, decided to just wake up one day, just go and like find a drama school and enroll myself in and just like give this thing a proper go. And I was like, God, if like it's meant to be, like just kind of like show me. I would definitely say God's grace plays a massive, massive role because my journey is a testimony of that, especially with writing. I think me writing and Why Me, getting the commission with Sky, that was literally all of God's grace because Why Me was the first thing like I read, and to get that commission when I wasn't even sure I wanted to be a writer, I was like, oh, you know, we'll try it out and see how it goes. And then when I got the commission, I was like, I was joking. People taking me seriously, for goodness sake. No, being Nigeria is definitely a big part of who I am. Like culturally, I love the culture, I love the food. Like I said, like there's probably jollof rice just flowing all over my veins. If I was to cut it, it would just be popping off right now. Definitely the work ethic. Like I grew up with a really hardworking mother. Like my mum was always just always working. Do you know what? I actually didn't know how much like my mum impacted who I am until I started writing. Because I feel like I've now figured out a lot of my sense of humor, I get it from my mother. Growing up, me and my mum, like we butt heads a lot. So she was just that annoying woman. And then now when I'm like older, I look back at like all the stories. And like even when I'm writing, like I literally have a show that I'm like trying to pitch at the moment, and it's literally based on my mum. That's how much my mum is like, even the way she deals with things. And like as the older I get, now when I do stuff, all my friends are like, oh my gosh, that was just so your mum. And I'm having to come to terms with it, like I'm actually morphing into my mother. If I had to give advice to anyone, I would say just do it, stop overthinking. I'm an overthinker. Like, okay, it's 2022 now. The idea that I'm writing now, I feel like God gave me that idea in 2016. But I spent so much time just saying, no, I'm not a writer, I'm not a writer, I'm not a writer. I could barely act. I was like, I'm barely booking jobs, like leave me alone kind of thing. And I was just like pushing it away. And then now, like 5 years on or whatever, that I'm kind of like in the depths of writing and like, I'm so passionate about it. I'm so in love with writing, and it brings me this kind of joy and peace that I can't put into words. And I just think, you could have been doing this all this time and you were just like running away. So if you have that like inkling, just go for it and like, yeah, stop overthinking the little details because everything will like sort itself out. Yeah. I think Kobe Adams should be on the hot list just because of the kind of creative that he is. And I think he's so powerful at like inspiring people to think about the type of things that they really write and not just to write for the sake of writing. Because I think if I didn't have Kobe's influence on my writing at the beginning, I think how I think about writing will be completely different. Not every writer understands just their voice, and he's helped me to really, really understand my voice and know what it means and to know what type of stories I'm trying to tell and like how I want it to land. So I think that's definitely helped me like hold my skill as a writer. But I think, yeah, definitely I'll take Kobe.